Okay, so hello class. So our lesson today is going to be on rearranging formulas. And we're going to start off by looking at our standard and objective. So can I please have a volunteer to read both?
I'll volunteer.
Awesome, go ahead.
So the standard is rearrange formulas to highlight a fundamental interest using the same reasoning as in solving equations. For example, rearrange Ohm's law. Lesson objective is students will be able to rearrange formulas to solve for a specific variable and use it for solving a time problem.
Awesome, thank you, Sarah. Okay, so moving forward, if we look back on our last class, we just learned different equation solving techniques. So to refresh on that, if you can please read and answer this question and then press post when you're finished. Perfect. And I can see all your answers coming up. So this technique that you just used, we are going to use and build on for rearranging formulas. So I'm actually going to move on to the next slide. So since we're doing formulas now, not equations, can you think of any examples of a formula? And then go ahead and type your response in and then press post again.
Tatiana, mine says this collaborate board is waiting for teacher input.
I'm seeing Sarah just posted, let's see. Let me try and see your name on here. Here, when we go to the next slide, Courtney, let me see if your screen changes, and if it does or doesn't, let me know.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm seeing all your inputs. So quadratic formula, we have a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We have an area formula. Courtney, did your screen change?
Sorry, I was muted.
No problem.
It did change.
Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. So let's go on to formulas now. So a formula is a type of equation. It shows a relationship between variables. So looking at the area of a rectangle formula, the area A is the length times the width. So notice that A is the subject of the formula because it's alone and it's on one side. So we're going to do an activity and we're going to shift our focus to a different formula here. And this is the formula of the interior side of a regular n-sided polygon. And so here, as you can see, the formula is A equals 180 times n minus 2 over n. If you can get out a paper and pencil or pen, you're going to be using that for scratch work. But before that, we're going to just answer this quick question. So what is the subject in the formula for the interior angle measure of a regular n-sided polygon? And you can click the picture, and I think it gets bigger for you to refer to for the formula. I see Kathy just answered, Courtney answered, Marco answered. Sarah answered. Min answered. Okay, so the subject here is going to be A because, like I said in the last slide, A is a variable alone in the area of a rectangle. So then going on to the interior angle formula, A is going to be the subject of this formula. So sticking with the same formula for the interior angles, this is where you're going to use your pen and paper. If you can use the formula and fill out tables A and B, but let's read the directions first. It says to use the formula for the interior angles of an n-sided polygon to complete the table. And in both tables, I want you to plug in the number given and then solve for the unknown variable. And then you can draw it in or type it in. There should be buttons at the bottom of your screen. and if you click an arrow on the top left, it makes the directions go up and down.
How do I delete that?
And then I can actually keep up and check in with you because I can see all of your drawings as well. So if you have any questions, let me know.
I have an error. I'm trying to do something, but it's scribbling.
Let's see. It says awaiting drawing.
Oh, what did I do? Oh, I see.
Awesome. Courtney, that was good with your first one.
Having
Griselda, are you able to see it now?
yeah, it's just I'm trying to write it and then it scribbles on my screen.
Try typing it at the bottom. You can press like the big T, little t, and then it puts a text box in, and you can move that around.
You see it? I don't have that option to type it. Oh. Okay.
Good. Almost everyone's done with table A.
I can't see that. Oh my goodness. I don't know what's going on with my screen.
Let's see. What if you try and refresh it?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And
And
every time I try to type something in the box, it goes back to the drawing part.
oh, here, Griselda, you just entered a text box, and then Courtney, I see you're finished. So now try typing in your text box.
It went away.
Kathy submitted.
Not really.
Oh, I see. It says submitted, but awesome. Just waiting on a few more. Okay, just about everyone is finished.
I'm having difficulties trying to type in the number.
Sorry, who just spoke?
It was Griselda, but if we're moving on,
Yeah.
it's okay. Yeah, I'm doing it on my paper.
Okay, good, good. Okay, so we'll move on to the next slide. So you can check your answers here. Hopefully you wrote them down as well. But I wanted to focus on the difference between table A and table B. So this is another collaborative thing where you type and then press post, but what do you think was easier to fill out, table A or table B, and why do you think so? Awesome. Okay, so we're all pretty much on the same page with table A being easier. And Kathy, I love what you said with because it was for solving the subject. So what's a different way we can do this now? If we rearrange formula 2, or table B to make n the subject, which is what I want you to do now, and then solve for A equals 60, by making or by solving for the subject, we can make this easier. So try and do that and then draw in your or type in your answer.
Tatiana, you have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Courtney, yours is looking really good. Min, yours is looking good too. Griselda, I see you're able to figure it out.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank you. Okay. Yeah.
Awesome. And yours is looking good too. Okay, so just about everyone is finished. So I'm going to move on to the next slide. And just to check your work, so here A is the subject of the formula, which is the formula we started with, and we can rewrite it to get n equals 360 over 180 minus A. So then n is the subject of the formula. So one of the main uses of rearranging formulas is to make calculations easier, which will come in handy when you're in like future math classes and your calculations are much longer. So think to yourself, why is rearranging formulas important? And how is rearranging formulas the same as solving equations that contain a single variable? And how is rearranging formulas different from solving equations that contain a single variable? And then this is something, if we were in person, I would have you write in your notebook so you can reflect on in the future when we come back to this. So right now you don't have to press submit, but it is something I want you to reflect on. And that is it.